what's happening in health and wellness now, so we can make better choices for ourselves and for our families. Journey with me to finding the good life.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Join us on Toyota's Race Week as we take you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR each weekend.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to TV8's Good Morning Vail for Thursday, June 3rd, 2021. I don't know about you, but I sure miss the dulcet tones of Linda Gustafson, who potentially sings our opening song. If you know who sings that opening song for Good Morning Vail, leave us a comment on the YouTube below. We would love to know, as we have a new Good Morning Vail and a new TV8. We took a little break for the past year, but we are happy to say that we are back on air bringing you more Good Morning Vail each and every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I am one of your hosts today, Eric Soonblad, alongside the lovely Maddie Evans. Maddie, welcome back to Good Morning Vail.
Eric, you too, and this is episode number 2 for the new Good Morning Vail, which is very exciting. And we are only on day 2. We already have an office birthday party.
Ooh, we've got officially Nick, our lovely producer, director, audio guy, tech guy. He only does everything. Happy birthday, Nick. We hope you enjoyed your delicious Starbucks cake pop for breakfast.
Yeah, it's baby Nick Day today, so it's a good day. Today is going to be a great day for everyone.
Baby Nick Day. A great day for you. You received an amazing present of flowers, Maddie. I think they might be the first official real flowers, but don't tell anybody we use fake flowers. Real flowers to grace this table.
I know, so I do want to give a special shout out to my dad. Thank you, Dad. I know you're watching. The flowers are beautiful, enhancing the studio little bit by little bit for us. We appreciate that. And then a shout out to Frankie at Fancy Pansy, only because look at how beautiful her arrangement is.
Seriously, Frankie, if you've got any flower ordering needs, check out Fancy Pansy. Beautiful roses. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a lovely spread, and I promise we're going to keep it alive.
Yeah. It needs to be watered daily. But
every day. Water daily.
We're going to do it.
All right.
Between the two of us, we have to.
We got this. I don't know if some of you are as sleepy as I am this morning watching our beloved Colorado Avalanche playing the Vegas Golden Knights. Why do the games have to start at 8 p.m. right now?
I have no idea, but a late game, but a victory.
Victory. Took it to overtime. Mikko Rantanen won about 2 minutes into overtime. Lovely feed from Nathan McKinnon, wiring it over the Vegas goalie's upper shoulder into the corner of the net. And if you like sports talk, don't forget to tune into The Scoreboard, a brand new sports show we're going to be premiering very soon here on TV8. But that's a topic for another day. What is going on today on Good Morning Vail?
We've got some great people coming in. I'm super excited, only because there's some really cool activities happening throughout the valley, which we're going to learn about. And then All Points North Lodge, which is something that has kind of been a hidden gem here in the valley. We're going to get all the information and so much more from them here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I feel like we've really been missing an organization and a facility like All Points North, and I can't wait for Kevin and Ryan to come on and kind of let all of you know what All Points' mission is and what services they're providing our valley, because I do feel you guys are going to find out it is something that we've been missing up here.
Something that we've been missing, and something that's very luxurious here, which is super nice, and of course how everything goes, but I mean just the amount of stuff that they offer for the community too. It's pretty cool. So
yep, excited to have them on. And then speaking of excitement, I don't know if you guys have been checking your calendars, but we have exactly 7 days until we get to the Gopro Mountain Games premiering next Thursday in Vail Village, and we're going to have Alex Miller from the Vail Valley Foundation on a little bit later today. She's going to give us all the great details about the events to attend at the mountain games, sort of the rules that are going to be going on at the mountain games, or maybe no rules this year? I don't know. I don't want to give away secrets yet.
Oh my gosh,
we might have some exciting news about the mountain games.
And not only is the mountain games one of the best events to go to throughout the summer, it is the official Vail kickoff to summer, I feel like.
It's true, 100%, the Vail kickoff. And now it's tank top shorts, flip-flop weather, hiking trail weather, mountain biking weather, dogs in rivers. Dogs got to be in rivers. Dogs
got to be in rivers, except for you need to be so careful right now with letting your dog get into the river because it is so fast and it is so high. I take my dog to the West Vail Dog Park and I'm always like, no, B, you just got to stay close to me because if she got swept away, I would be devastated.
Yeah, there's that little back corner of that West Vail Dog Park that kind of has this like tiered waterfall area. It's moving fast this time of year.
I know. So just be careful if you are letting your dog in the river.
Yeah, little streams to lay down in.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've got a great Good Morning Vail in store for you this Thursday. We're going to take a short break and come back with a quick look at your local weather before speaking to All Points North.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day. Because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day, weekdays.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, singing The World's a Big Place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
Well, we've got a lovely Thursday in store for us today. Very similar weather to what we experienced yesterday, as a matter of fact. So expect mostly sunny skies throughout the course of the day, a little bit of cloud cover around Eagle County. But for the most part, beautiful sunshine, warm temps, and then right around 4:45, expect those clouds to roll in. I tell you what, yesterday I was up on top of the hiking trail at Walking Mountain Science Center right about 5 p.m., and I could just see a wall of rain coming from Edwards. But as soon as it kind of got right around the Battle Mountain High School area, it just kind of dissipated. So we got a little bit of sprinkle around Avon, a little bit of sprinkle around Vail, heavier rain Edwards, and clear skies for the most part. And essentially, for the next couple days, we can expect a carbon copy of that. Let's dial into the details here. Down in Denver, you're looking at a high of 83 degrees, very sunny in Denver, 77 in Vail area, probably around 75 in Avon. Then we're looking at about 82 degrees in Eagle, and then again 77 in Avon. I think it's going to be a couple clicks lower in Avon today, though. And then that about 15% chance of showers in Vail and Avon. Now let's take a look at what is going to determine the long-term weather. So for right now, you know, if you remember yesterday, we were looking at that big low-pressure ridge up in Canada and the Pacific Northwest. It essentially hasn't done anything. It's still just hanging out up there, waiting to be brought back down into Colorado by the jet stream. So for the moment, we've got a very dominating high pressure ridge, which is creating those dry temperatures and warm, or rather dry conditions and warm temperatures. And as we look at the jet stream, very calm. We don't even have kind of the heavier, faster winds to move that low pressure ridge down to start providing moisture. That's not going to last forever as we look at the radar here looking dry. But the 5-day forecast, that's what I wanted to do. So moving through Friday, carbon copy of today. Saturday, things will start to get a little cloudier as we move into the evening. But then Sunday, we can expect heavier clouds and a bit more moisture moving into Sunday and Monday. And essentially that big low pressure ridge is finally going to make its way down and provide us a little bit of brief reprieve from the summer heat and some rain showers. Now we're going to bring on, or take a short break, and then bring on Kevin and Ryan from All Points North.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
I'm Tyne Morgan, host of U.S. Farm Report, a weekend tradition since 1975. I invite you to join us each week as we shine a light on agriculture today and the great way of life that can only be found in rural America. Our team travels the roads less taken to give you a unique perspective on an industry that is rooted in incredible diversity. Come along for the ride as we showcase how farming and ranching isn't just a profession, it's a way of life.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Unfortunately, it is no longer May, so we are no longer in Mental Health Month, but we've got some mental health gurus and experts here from All Points North Lodge. Guys, thank you so much. Kevin Shields, Ryan. Drizwicki. Crazy last name. I love it. Thank you guys so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having us on, and it's so nice to have TV8 back on the air.
It's so nice to have you back and visiting with us, Kevin. Last time we were talking to you, we were talking about some BMX races and broken arms and rib cages and winning championships. So it's good to see you in a different setting now.
It's so nice to be here in one piece and to be talking about something that's so important to not just the Vail Valley, but all over the world.
All over the world, especially right now. We were talking about the tennis player before we came in and sat down, and what you guys do is so incredible, and what you are offering our community right now is so incredible. So why don't you just give us like a quick overview of what All Points North Lodge is, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of it.
Well, I'll start off and talk about a little bit about the facility and what we're doing. Ryan's team does the magic. His staff, the clinical team there, is amazing. The things that they do, the transformations that they make with our clients is unbelievable. But we are a full-service treatment center that you hear, if you've been living under a rock, you've heard that behavioral health is paramount and in the forefront right now. And we were talking about Naomi Osaka, the tennis player who dropped out because of her anxiety. And a lot of things are coming to the forefront now that people need to look at and people should treat, because it's not it's something that cannot be treated. It's not something that's just treated with a pill. It's a full treatment program that's put together. So the mental, behavioral, we put in there some fitness and some nutrition, and the resort is full service. We have a spa. We've got a wonderful culinary team and a hospitality team that put things together for our clients that are there for long-term stays. And Ryan's team does the magic. Like I said, the clinical program that they put together, not just to treat something, but to treat the whole person, is amazing. And in the short time that I've been there, the transformation that I've seen with our clients is unbelievable. So I'll let Ryan talk a little bit about the program that's put together, because it's something wonderful, and people should just think about. They know somebody that needs some assistance. We're there to help, and there's many other options in the Valley, but All Points North is a full-service treatment facility.
Ryan, so what does the usual day start to finish look like for someone that's coming in and maybe just trying to get their mental health right?
Well, we really do our best to provide an individualized service for everybody who comes. A lot of our treatment is group-based, so it'll be group therapy several times a day. Usually our clients will have an in-depth process group with a well-trained clinician in the morning. We'll have some psychoeducational groups in the afternoon, and then usually some groups that focus on some of the holistic and integrated care later on in the afternoon. So things like experiential therapies, where we might get somebody out even, in the winter we'll go skiing or sometimes rafting, and we bring it back and we take the clinical lens to it and we say, what was that like for you? How was that for you? And it's a very powerful mix. So we've got 3 groups a day. There's individual services. They'll meet with their therapist. They'll meet with psychiatry and the medical team. We've got a great nursing staff up on site. And then we've got a lot of different amenities and other services that we can plug in as we go along. We've got a hyperbaric oxygen chamber for clients where that's appropriate. We have deep TMS. We even have a float tank. We have a number of great sort of amenity services in our spa that can really complement what we're doing and put together a really holistic treatment experience for people. And then in the evenings and the weekends, we try to build in a lot of great activities, having sober fun or helping people to just make those connections and have a really great time is important for us as well.
I mean, it sounds like you would be going almost on vacation, but this is a vacation that's going to help you immensely, and especially after the year that everyone has had. Mental health, like you said, is at the forefront, but for so many reasons, because so many people felt isolated, so many people felt alone, that right now is the time to say, okay, I need to get this help, and it's okay to do so.
Right. The setting is amazing, absolutely amazing. The treatment complements the scenic views that come from All Points North Lodge, and the clients get to benefit from that. It is a relaxing area where they can dive into the programs that are developed for them, because each program is specific to that individual. We've got people that are CEOs of major companies. We've got professional athletes, people out there that are just needing the assistance, and the programs that are put together by the clinical team at All Points North Lodge.
Which is absolutely incredible. And so you've mentioned some of the amenities, but you guys have an extreme list of amenities that come with being at this resort and being in this place and fully in depth. Some of them, the hyperbaric chamber, the float tank. For people that don't know what those are, can you explain them a little bit better?
Sure. So those are some of the ancillary services that we offer as appropriate. So a hyperbaric oxygen, and I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a psychologist, but it's a really great service. I think there are some great medical indications for it. I think it helps people adjust to altitude as well. So when it's medically appropriate and indicated, we'll plug people in for that. It's really going into an oxygenated chamber. I think the sessions are 60 to 90 minutes, and it can be very, very beneficial where indicated. Deep TMS is transcranial magnetic stimulation. It's another one that's maybe a little over my head, but it's fantastic, and it has some great efficacy for treating depression. And I think we also have the capability with it to treat obsessive compulsive disorder and some related issues there as well. And it's, our clients who go through deep TMS come out saying like, wow, I feel different. I feel quantitatively different, and it's really great to see. The float tank, I think, is a little different, and it's a really cool experience as well, where I think it really supplements some of our holistic programming, mindfulness, and meditation. It allows somebody to get into the sensory deprivation tank for a half an hour and really just be mindful and meditate. We'll play some music in there, some guided meditation. There's some lights, and I've just heard it's a really, really interesting experience and helps people just to have a really interesting kind of moment in treatment. Oftentimes people talk about it as like an aha moment or a eureka moment of just gaining some self-knowledge and seeing themselves from a different perspective.
I've heard that about those tanks where you just kind of have to let go. You're forced to let go of everything and be right there, which is absolutely incredible. And again, I mean, so important for the mental health. If you can't look at yourself and like take a breath and start to look inward, you're not going to make any way forward, which is awesome that you guys are doing all of this and so much more. So if people are interested and people want to call you guys or contact you guys to get into the facility, how do they do that?
So we've got a website, All Points North Lodge. They can go on there and actually see all the different treatments that we provide. It gives a direct call number that if you need to call and talk to somebody, definitely call in and talk to somebody and can walk you through the steps of the program, either for yourself or someone that you love. We've all come into, I think, had experience with someone close to us that's experienced some issues that may need to be addressed. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of life and life struggles, and especially like you said, the year that we just went through is bringing on a lot of challenges. So don't just let those go by, address them and get better.
To that point, some of the populations we serve or work best with, substance abuse is a specialty of ours, and we have a great program for that. We also deal well with trauma, both kind of what they call capital T trauma, but also relational and developmental trauma, and depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues as well. It's been a very difficult year, as Kevin's alluded to, and we're seeing a lot of people who are just been struggling with keeping everything balanced as everything's changed around them. So I think it's a really great place for people with a variety of different presenting issues to come in and get some really great service and some great treatment.
Yeah, Kevin, when we were outside in the green room, you made a comment. You said, we don't treat the symptom, we treat the person. And that stood out to me so much because I can just tell by the way you guys talk about this place that it is magic, and it is going to help people come back to themselves, which is so important.
And it is. It's something that we don't make things better. We provide the tools and the services, and the individuals absorb that and take that into their routines and habits and change those things that they need to change. And like I said, the transformation, when you see the transformation on someone that's come in, it's absolutely amazing. And it just doesn't stop there. We have an app when people leave with telehealth, so they still stay in touch with their primary care person or clinician there at All Points North Lodge. So it's something they take with them, because what we do is all about takeaways. Everything that they experience while they're with us, we want to provide that as a takeaway to help them in their daily routines and their daily lives. Many people say, oh, they're at this beautiful resort and they're going through this, but what happens when they leave? Well, the habits that they're taught, the tools that they take away, the experiences that they take away will last with them a lifetime.
Yeah, you guys are not only just bringing people back to themselves, but you guys are also teaching people healthy coping mechanisms so that for the rest of their time, even if they do need to come back, they have an outlet, basically, that's healthy and not going to harm their bodies or not going to harm their brains, which is absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
Thank you, gentlemen, so much for coming in this morning. I'm so happy that you guys are part of this incredible thing here in the Vail Valley. It is something that we need to honestly, I feel like be more open about. I feel like people need to talk about mental health more.
Well, we'll be back. We'll talk about it some more.
Thanks for having us.
I can't wait. I'm excited to have you guys back again. Thank you so much for coming in bright and early this morning. If you or anyone you know is struggling with their mental health, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to see if you can get in at All Points North and see these lovely gentlemen. Make sure that you tune in further because we've got so much more. Good Morning Vail coming your way.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day. Because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
Well, as the temperatures start rising this summer, some of you may have fluffy dogs like Maddie and myself. Maddie's got lovely Great Pyrenees. Beatrice, the honeybee.
Beatrice the honeybee, I love it.
And I've got a little golden retriever named Minnie, and they're both extremely furry. So going on long hikes can be really difficult for them. They kind of instantly start panting, and I'm always concerned for Minnie. How long can you go on this hike in the summer? I've always got to be around rivers. But there's got to be some tricks to keeping him cool.
There's definitely going to be some tricks, and we're about to show those tricks to you. That way you can keep your dog happy and healthy all summer long.
It's summer and everyone wants to be outside with their dogs, but it's hot. And when our best friends are chasing frisbees, balls, and running, they don't always know they're overheating. So how do we recognize the warning signs of exercise-induced heat-related illness? Joining us to discuss is Dr. Joe Spoo, a veterinarian with UCAN UBA. Thank you so much, Dr. Spoo, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what is heat-related illness in pets?
So you and I are very efficient at cooling down. We can be active on a hot sunny day and we sweat, we have airflow across our body, and all that helps to cool us down. Unfortunately, while our dogs are tremendous athletes, they're very inefficient at cooling because they just rely on their respiratory tract or predominantly rely on panting. And it's not a super efficient way of getting rid of heat. When you add heat and humidity to the situation, it becomes even more inefficient. And so a dog that's outside playing on a hot, humid day has its body temperature continue to rise, and it gets to a critical point where we enter this zone of heat-related illness. And it starts with heat stress, it progresses to heat exhaustion, and unfortunately can end up in heat stroke, which can result in the death of our dogs.
Why is UCAN UBA championing exertional heat-related illness?
So as the originators of working in performance dog nutrition, UCAN UBA knows that people want to be engaged in these outdoor activities with their dogs. And so creating awareness of exertional heat-related illness is just a natural extension of that relationship.
How would someone recognize the warning signs in their dog?
So what you'll see in those early stages, so that heat stress kind of stage, is a dog that's trying to move a lot of air. So it's going to have a wide open mouth. It's going to be a roaring pant. So it's not that pant after a couple of retrieves of the Frisbee or I'm happy to be outside. It's a roar trying to really kind of get that air moved and heat out of the body. The tongue is going to be longer than you've probably ever seen it. It'll be flat. And then with that wide open mouth, not swallowing a lot, with the dry mouth, they get a thick, ropey saliva. Not that drool when they're asking for a bite of sandwich. It's just a thick, ropey saliva. From there, we progress into heat exhaustion, and dogs will get what I tell owners is a help me look. And so they're no longer engaged in the activity that we're asking of them, and they're looking to you for help. And that's the time to shut things down and help them out. If we miss that, they can become unaware of their surroundings, they can begin to stumble, and they end up having a glassy look like nobody's home. From there, we progress into that heat stroke stage, which a dog can fully collapse with heat stroke. They can have seizures, they can develop vomit and diarrhea as those internal organs are affected, and unfortunately, some dogs can succumb to this condition.
Unfortunately, I have seen some of those signs in my dog in the past. So what are some ways that you can keep them cool while exercising and having fun?
I think the big thing is being aware of the situation you're putting your dog in. And so avoidance is going to be the best way to prevent this condition, because this is a condition that we create. We ask these guys to do things, and they're going to do them as these loyal companions that they are. And so if it's a hot, humid day, that might not be the day that we get to go play ball or play fetch or go for a run. Where people get into trouble is on those days where it's been, 90 for a string of days, and you wake up and it's 70 out, and it feels cooler to us, but that humidity is still high, in that 80-90% range. That's a condition that can still be dangerous to those dogs. And so being aware of both the heat and the humidity is important. The other place that I'll see people get themselves into trouble is we take our dog out on the bike trail or on a walk on the road, and that black pavement really absorbs a lot of the sun's heat. And so that environment down where the dog is can be infinitely hotter than where it is where you're upright up in the cooling breeze. And so being aware of that situation we're putting the dog in, if it's going to be hot, going to be humid, we're just going to have to avoid it that day. And then on the days that it truly is cool, those are the days or the times to really get out there and enjoy your dog.
Such important information. How can we find out more?
You can visit us online at eukanuba.com, eukanuba.com/HRI for a plethora of information on the subject.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Joe Spoo, for this important conversation about heat-related illness within our pets and our dogs. We want to keep them safe and still have a great time with them this summer.
Thanks for having me.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Check your local listings.
I'm Tyne Morgan, host of U.S. Farm Report, a weekend tradition since 1975. I invite you to join us each week as we shine a light on agriculture today and the great way of life that can only be found in rural America. Our team travels the roads less taken to give you a unique perspective on an industry that is rooted in incredible diversity. Come along for the ride as we showcase how farming and ranching isn't just a profession, it's a way of life.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We've got an important topic that we're going to talk about this morning, and a bit of a celebratory but also a serious topic on this next segment. It involves National Cancer Survivor Awareness Day, and of course, this is something that touches close to your heart, Maddie.
This is something that is very near and dear to my heart. I have identical twin brothers that are now 10 years old, but when they were 4, one of them was diagnosed stage 3 Wilms tumor, and he is celebrating 6 years of being cancer-free this September. So we are so grateful. This day is a day that we celebrate every year and we love so dearly. So let's take a look.
Cholangiocarcinoma, or CCA, is a rare cancer that arises from the cells within the bile ducts. Patients with CCA are often diagnosed at an advanced stage because symptoms can be nonspecific as the cancer develops. In fact, recent survey results found that most patients waited nearly 2 years to receive an accurate diagnosis. Joining us now to discuss this rare cancer and technology that can provide important information about a patient's disease is Dr. Rachna Shroff, University of Arizona Cancer Center, and Melinda Bikini, Director of Advocacy for the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation, who's living with CCA and can share her personal journey. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Dr. Shroff, what is cholangiocarcinoma?
Cholangiocarcinoma, or CCA, is a rare cancer. It arises from the cells that line the bile ducts. And the bile ducts are basically the ducts or the pipes that line our entire liver and drain our liver. Bile fluid basically drips and drains through these bile ducts to empty into the small intestine, where it meets up with food and helps process fats in our foods. And so cholangiocarcinoma can arise along any of these bile ducts. It typically is a diagnosis seen in elderly patients, 65 years of age or greater. And because it doesn't really produce a lot of specific symptoms, unfortunately, it's often diagnosed at advanced stages and then carries with it a pretty poor prognosis.
Melinda, what has been your personal experience with being diagnosed with CCA?
Yes, so in 2009, I was 41 years old and working as a paramedic. I started experiencing some abdominal pain, some right shoulder pain, and fatigue. I went to my primary doctor and told him about this, and thankfully he sent me for an ultrasound, which revealed a large mass on my liver. At that time, they told me not to panic. They thought it was probably a benign tumor called a hemangioma, but tests proved that it wasn't, and I was sent for a biopsy that showed that I did have cancer. They weren't sure what type of cancer, so at that point it was labeled cancer of unknown primary. And then 3 weeks later, when I had surgery to remove the tumor in 2/3 of my liver, that's when I got my official diagnosis of cholangiocarcinoma, which of course I'd never heard of. And, we did some research to find out more about it, and thankfully so, because the cancer returned 3 months later, and then I was a stage 4 cancer patient. And my husband and I knew at that time that we really needed to act quickly.
What a devastating experience and diagnosis, and you're rather young to be diagnosed with CCA.
Yes, I was 41 years old, and like Dr. Shroff mentioned, typically it's the average age is 65 or older.
Dr. Shroff, a recent survey among patients with CCA highlighted challenges patients face. Can you tell us about some of the key findings?
Absolutely. So this was a survey of about 700 patients with cholangiocarcinoma that was performed by Insight, with whom we're partnered and we're here on behalf of. And basically what we found was that most of the respondents, it took about 2 years from the onset of symptoms until they actually reached a diagnosis of cholangiocarcinoma. And 35% of patients actually said that they were diagnosed inaccurately with a different type of cancer before they reached the CCA diagnosis. The other kind of interesting finding, important finding, is really that while the physical burden of this disease is obviously huge, the mental health burden is also a big issue. And about half of the respondents had symptoms really consistent with major depression. So understanding the psychosocial impact of this cancer on our patients is really important for us as healthcare professionals as we think about a treatment care plan.
And Doctor, can you tell us about any recent advancements in diagnosing and treating CCA?
Yeah, the most exciting area right now, I would say, is in the realm of biomarker testing. The idea of biomarker testing is to take the patient's tumor tissue, usually in the form of a tumor biopsy, and to look for the individual mutations that may have caused the growth and progression of cholangiocarcinoma in that patient. So what they do is they look for changes in DNA within the tumor and produce basically an individual mutation profile. And that individual mutation profile can then be used to personalize treatment options and hopefully open up more therapeutic options for our patients. And that's really what makes biomarker testing so important in this disease, and trying to get it done at the time of diagnosis and having patients advocate for it and having doctors know about it and ordering it is really important.
Melinda, what advice would you give our audience about navigating a cholangiocarcinoma diagnosis?
Yes, so as a cholangiocarcinoma patient and also as the director of advocacy with the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation, I strongly encourage patients to educate themselves about this disease, to become their own advocate, their own patient health advocate, and to ask their providers about biomarker testing early on, and to also seek second opinions from experts in this disease. They can also go to testmycholangio.com or to the Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation's website at cholangiocarcinoma.org for more resources, materials, and for support.
And Melinda, what were some challenges you faced following your diagnosis, and how are you doing today?
Yeah, there were many challenges. Like I said, I was 41 years old, and I'm actually a mother of 6. So the biggest challenge was probably the deteriorating quality of life that I experienced. I was used to being physically active and chasing around kids, and that really put a damper on it. But I'm doing well today, 11 years later, thankfully, and that's why I'm here to advocate and help patients educate themselves about things like biomarker testing and to get the support and resources they need.
Well, thank you so much, Melinda and Dr. Schroff, for joining us today here on Park City Television with this important information and discussion about cholangiocarcinoma. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
We've got 7 more days until the most exciting event in Eagle County kicks off, and that's the Gopro Mountain Games in Vail Village starting next Thursday. And I'm happy to welcome Alex Miller from Vail Valley Foundation on the show this morning. Thanks for coming on, Alex.
Thanks, Eric. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and we're excited to have this partnership come back, hopefully see you guys a little bit more.
For sure.
But very excited to get the Mountain Games kicked off next week.
I know. They're back, same games as usual. We're at 100% capacity, which is awesome. No more mask mandates other than on public transportation.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What about social distancing?
As you feel comfortable, like there's any physical mandates. So if people want to come in groups, more than welcome to, but, just respect other people's comfortability. And, I think that's all we can do.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah. Breaking news here on Good Morning Vail. The mountain games will have no restrictions, no mask mandates, and just treat everybody with respect. If somebody wants to stay away, give them their space. But other than that, holy cow. Yeah. We get to rewind back to 2019.
Exactly.
And it's like nothing ever changed.
I know. And we'll have the same events, run, bike, disc, kayak, sup, yoga, all the fun stuff. Mountaingames.com is the best place to kind of check out the events, and registration is still open. We've only sold out in maybe like 1 or 2 events, so everything is fair game.
Yeah, which most people, you get to this part 7 days in, you're probably thinking, that's not worth registering. I'm just going to go hang out. But already worth checking out.
Already, yeah. And stuff is filling up. Like the kids' bike race, that one's getting really close. So if you know your kid is going to want to do that on Saturday morning, please register for that early.
Highly recommend that one for the kiddos. Get them nice and tuckered out on Saturday. So they're just kind of hanging out with you and chilling the rest of the day, and you can leisurely walk around without the kid tugging at your pants.
Exactly. And this year, our partners at Junk Brands, they're giving each kid a free gift with the registration. So in past years, the kids never really had like an athlete bag, but this year they will. So a little extra incentive if they want a little swag to go with the race.
Oh, that's special. New exciting thing.
I know.
So if people aren't familiar with the mountain games, or maybe they got a little foggy from last year, let me the layout across Vail from Lion's Head to Golden Peak. What sort of events are going to be going on?
For sure. I'm going to actually reverse that and start in Golden
Peak.
Because that's our main event registration. So if you've signed up for an event and you are, need to pick up your bib, your athlete bag, all the goodies, you'll start at Golden Peak at the ski school registration. We'll be checking in from those main windows this year instead of inside the building. So you just go to the ticket windows and check in. Make sure to have your ID with you. We also will not be offering on-site registration, so sign up early online or do it on your phone on the way over. We won't have any sort of like sign-up component at the registration check-in piece. So Golden Peak registration will also have all the biking events starting from there over up by the lift. And so we'll have the cross-country mountain bike, the kids bike, and the e-bike challenge, all from that place.
The e-bike challenge. Tell me a bit about that. So that's only using the new battery-operated electronic bikes, essentially.
Correct. So, and this year's course is a little bit revamped. It's actually up Vail Mountain, which is fun. So if you are an e-bike enthusiast and you're going to ride that anyway, you may as well sign up. Our friends at Bosch are giving away free helmets for the first 50 registrants, and I think we're close. So if you want a helmet, a free helmet, sign up for that event. But e-bike is going to be so fun.
I love more exposure to that aspect of mountain biking because people are fairly intimidated by the athletic endurance it takes to climb up Vail Mountain on a bike.
Totally.
And just more exposure to that e-bike, because it's not taking away the entirety of the athleticism of it. It's just kind of giving you a little assistance.
Yeah, it's like a strong tailwind, basically. Yeah. And, you'll just be able to go further for longer. So it's been a great addition the past couple years, and we're excited that, we could bring it back with our friends at Bosch.
Thanks, Bosch.
Yeah, exactly, right? And then road bike time trial is actually starting in what we call Gear Town, so transitioning over to Vail Village. It'll start over by the parking structure like usual. So that kind of rounds out where bike is. In Vail Village, we'll have Gear Town. Not as big and robust as in past years, but we will have about 50 to 75 sponsor booths for people to check out. There'll also be daily live music all day long, basically. So that'll be in Solaris Plaza. We'll have a stage there, a video board, and there'll just be a ton of either information or videos, GoPro reels.
And then the slackliners over in Sponsor Village this time, or anything like that?
We do have slackline. It's not in Solaris. We're just going to have the main high line that's over International Bridge, over that kayak hole.
Yep.
So we'll have Mickey Wilson and Heather Larson doing their slackline thing, which was always a fun
I
time.
do flips on those. What in the world?
They're insane. It's so great when we can get them like hooked up with a GoPro, and then you get that point of view footage, and it's like, whoa, this is nuts.
Right above kayakers doing like barrel loops.
Yeah,
over
it's like
there.
what else can we add to that area to make it like even more crazy?
Yeah, that's where I like to start my mountain games. It's right at International Bridge.
Yep.
Just check out all the sponsors, all the kayakers, and just high-flying wire tricks.
Yeah, exactly.
Be productive about it,
but it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Geartown is back. Bars, live music. We also have live art happening this year with Crispin Shetler and Sky Walker. Sky designed our poster art, so if you've seen that floating around town, it's really neat. They'll be doing a live mural that will actually have a permanent home at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater after. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, pretty sweet. Chris
Yeah.
is awesome. He did, the Fire on the Mountain stuff this past winter. And so we brought him with Sky to do a collaboration, and it's going to be a really neat piece.
I love to get the athletes doing art now. It's
Yeah.
such a great crossover.
It is. It's what we're all about, athletes, art, music, mountains in this massive, festival in 4 days.
So we're making our way. We're at International Bridge now.
Yep.
And we've got one more kind of village to cover. Now, down Meadow Lane, are we going to have kind of tents and food the whole way as you get to the fire station?
So we're actually not going to be activating there as much, but
Okay.
as you walk through, there will be like an art exhibit on your way up to Lion's Head. So we have what's called the Big Dog Show, and they're these massive dog sculptures that are going to be going in there. So that'll be a fun thing to check out.
That's a good segue as you make your way to the dog village in
Yeah.
Lion's Head.
I know, it's like, where am I? Oh yeah, I'm in the dog town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when we'll have the dog pools back, they're in Lion's Head this year, right by the gondola. And we'll have one main pool for dock dogs and dueling dogs. And then we actually also have the Canine Super Wall, which was new in 2019.
So describe that to me, since
Yeah.
that was a new one.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, it's like a team of three. You have two spotters, one person who's kind of up at this like top scaffolding area, and then a dog. And you have these different levels of like the wall you need to jump up. I can't even remember like how high the wall was last year, but it's insane how athletic these dogs are and how like they just climb up and have a little cliffhanger moment and then they get over the wall.
That little bit of tension. So it's not just a traditional like jump over a pole. Like they're kind of scaling.
No, we're bringing the drama, it's like, are they going to make it?
Little guy, I believe in you.
Yeah, so that'll be fun for, families, dog lovers to check out. Lots of dog-friendly stuff this year, like usual. The Grand Hyatt Vail is also doing a yappy hour on Friday and Saturday. So if you want to drink and your dog, wants to hang out at the Grand Hyatt Vail, they're our dog-friendly lodging partner. Feel free to stop by there. They're going to have some fun stuff, potentially some giveaways from Chewy and Origin. So it should be a good little spot to kind of like wind down or maybe get ready for the concerts.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Well, speaking of winding down, you want a little bit of wind down before you ramp it back up because three different nights of concerts going on?
3 nights of concerts. Thursday night, we have Yonder Mountain String Band. Doors are at 6. Concert starts at 7. Tickets are on sale now. We have $15 for pavilion seating and then $10 for lawn. And that's going to be an awesome show. The Yonder crew, they're great. They will probably be running around the venue too. They're so excited to be at Mountain Games. So we'll have them on Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday is kind of like a double feature. We have Bob Weir and Wolf Bros both nights. And I'm pretty sure we're like sold out max capacity for both of those shows already. We sold out like that. It was crazy.
So just concert tickets left on Thursday night.
Just concert tickets left on Thursday night. But our friends at Nugs are going to be live streaming the Bob Weir Show pay-per-view Friday and Saturday. So if you want to watch from your own home, if you can't make it to Vail Village, or if you're just a super fan and you weren't able to get tickets, there will be a live stream option through nugs.net.
All right, perfect, Alex. We just took you through the perfect GoPro Mountain Games Day. Check it out, mountaingames.com. Thank you so much for coming on, Alex, and we'll see you next Thursday at the Mountain Games.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
We are expecting to have a beautiful day here in Colorado today as we have this wonderful high pressure system, maybe a little bit of afternoon showers like we saw yesterday. Eric was right on the money when he said that 4:15 time frame, we're going to see those light little rainfall. So we are expecting some warmer temperatures today, but first thing this morning, 8 a.m., 51 degrees, a high of 77. And as we move further into the weekend, those temperatures are going to warm up and then start to cool down. That 15% chance of rain, so if you are getting out there, just make sure that you are prepared for any of the conditions that could be laying ahead. 83 degrees in Denver, 77 in Vail, 77 in Avon, and then 82 down in Eagle. So nice and warm both out to the east and to the west of us. Coming up next, we've got the wrap-up for today's Good Morning Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
I'm Tyne Morgan, host of U.S. Farm Report, a weekend tradition since 1975. I invite you to join us each week as we shine a light on agriculture today and the great way of life that can only be found in rural America. Our team travels the roads less taken to give you a unique perspective on an industry that is rooted in incredible diversity. Come along for the ride as we showcase how farming and ranching isn't just a profession, it's a way of life.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Whew, the show really flies by this time.
I know, this hour, it's so quick and it's so nice to be back that I'm just like so excited the whole time. It's like Christmas.
It totally is. Thank you for joining us today on this Thursday edition of Good Morning Vail. Get out there and enjoy the beautiful sunny weather. If you're having any mental health concerns, give All Points North Lodge a call. Maybe explore some of what they have to offer. Thanks to Kevin and Ryan for coming on.
Thanks to Alex Miller as well, and giving us all that great information. Basically a walk from one end of the village to the other end for Gopro Mountain Games, which is just right around the corner in 7 days.
7 days. And as she said, you can still register for some events. So check out mountaingames.com if that interests you at all. Get out there and have a great day. And hey, we'll be back tomorrow with more Good Morning Vail.